Welcome to Pasco County Schools iClean Flush Valve Repair Training Video. This video will show you the common repairs of the flush valve. To work on a flush valve, you will need gloves, safety glasses, a Sloan wrench or a soft-jawed offset pipe wrench, a slotted screwdriver, picks, nylon bristle brush, some microfibers, and some rags. Before working on a flush valve, you need to shut off the water to the valve. Start by removing the tamper plug to expose the stop screw. You can use a small screwdriver or a pick. Just be careful not to damage the finish on the flush valve. Use your screwdriver and turn the stop screw to the right until it stops to shut the water off. Activate the flush handle to be sure the water is off. We still have water flowing into the toilet. This means our stop is bad and needs to be rebuilt. To rebuild the stop, you need to shut off the water supply to the stop by turning off the isolation valve. This could be a ball valve that you turn the handle 90 degrees to close it, or it could be a gate valve that you turn the handle to the right to close it. If there is no isolation valve, then you need to turn off the supply to the building. This usually requires a special long-handled tool to turn the gate valve. If there is no building shut off, then you'll have to shut off the water supply to the entire campus. Anytime you shut the water off to a restroom by an isolation valve, or the building shut off, or the entire campus, you must contact the Water and Sewer Department and let them know the type of repair you are doing. They may require you to issue a boil water notice. Activate the flush handle to verify the water is off. Use the smooth jaw pipe wrench to unscrew the stop valve cover. Be sure to support the valve so you do not put too much pressure on the pipe and risk breaking it. Remove the stop valve and inspect it. The plunger is bad. Put a new plunger on the assembly and make sure the stop valve is open all the way by turning the screw to the left. If the stop valve is not open all the way, then it may bottom out on the stop before the assembly is tight, and it will leak. Reinsert the assembly and tighten it. Turn the isolation valve back on and test that the stop works properly. If you shut off the building or the campus, you need to check every fixture in the buildings or the entire campus. Flush the fixture a couple times to see that they are working properly. Sometimes when you shut off the building and turn it back on, debris will flow through the lines, plugging up the diaphragm, causing the fixture to run, which could cause a flood. When the fixture runs and does not shut off, then the diaphragm needs to be replaced. Shut off the stop valve and flush the handle to verify the water is off. Use your wrench to loosen the cap of the diaphragm. Be sure you support the fixture so you don't put too much pressure on the pipe. Unscrew the cap and remove the inside cover. Remove the diaphragm assembly. Most of the time, the hole in the diaphragm is clogged or deposits build up on the relief valve, not allowing it to seat properly. Install the new diaphragm assembly, followed by the inside cover. Screw the cap back on and tighten it. Turn the stop valve back on and test the fixture. If you have a leak where the control stop connects to the tailpiece, then the O-ring needs to be replaced. Be sure the water is off and loosen the nut on the tailpiece. Then loosen the nut on the down tube. Take the assembly off and remove the O-ring. Install a new O-ring in the groove on the tailpiece. Reinstall the assembly and tighten it. Turn the water back on and check for leaks. If you have a leak at the handle assembly, there could be two problems. If it leaks at the nut, then the gasket is bad. If it leaks around the handle, then the cone washer is bad. Turn the water off and remove the handle. Inspect the parts. The gasket is torn, and the cone washer is bad. Use a screwdriver and pry the cone washer off. Before you install your new parts, use a microfiber and wipe the handle clean and clean the area around the flushometer where the handle attaches. Take a new cone washer and press it on. Put on a new gasket, reinstall the handle assembly, and tighten it. Turn the water back on and check the handle for leaks. If you flush the toilet and it leaks at the down tube connection, or water runs down the down tube at the end of the flush, then the gasket or vacuum breaker is bad. Shut the water off and flush the handle to verify the water is off. Loosen the nut on the tailpiece and loosen the nut on the down tube and remove the assembly. Remove the vacuum brake assembly and inspect it. The gasket is bad and the vacuum brake is torn. Use a nylon brush and clean the tube where the vacuum breaker sits. Then wipe it clean with a microfiber cloth. Get a new gasket and vacuum brake and install them in the down tube. Reassemble the unit and tighten it. Turn the water back on and test the fixture. Use a microfiber cloth and wipe the fixture down. If you have any questions about this training video or need help with training at your facility, please contact your custodial services department.